Welcome! In this video I'll be covering the many races that populate the world of Black Desert Online. Exploration of this topic will lead us to a number of locations in the world, so buckle up and grab a snack or something. We're about to uncover some serious knowledge! Let's start with one we're familiar with, humans. They are the most widespread and can be found in pretty much every major town. In fact, a majority of the playable classes in the game are human. There is an in-game NPC we can talk to called Dominic Earn, who's located in Calphion. He can give us some more information on them. If we have over 500 amity with him, he gives us this knowledge. A pure human race with a diverse occupational spectrum. Class is determined solely based on one's familial background. The major species in all areas, and for that reason, the race with the most influence. Giants are another race, and are easily recognised by their hulking figures, which dwarf other races in comparison. However, at birth they are indistinguishable from normal human children. The giant characteristics are only acquired when growing up. You can play as a giant if you choose the Berserker class. In Hydael, we can talk to a man named Povios. Once we reach over 500 amity, he has more to tell us about giants. Giants are simple. Their destructiveness is also simple. Breaking a wall while nailing is part of the routine, so one has to be careful when dealing with them. They are often compared to dwarves for their strength, but giants are much taller. They make fun of dwarves for that. Due to their somewhat innocently childlike personalities, they are said to make some of the most loyal friends in the world for those lucky enough to get to know them. Now, it's also worth noting that every single giant in the world is male. How are giants born, you ask? Do they hatch from eggs? Unlikely. There isn't much said on the matter of reproduction. All we know is that there are no female giants. In an interview with a BDO product director concerning some aspects of the lore, it was revealed that giants have gone back generations, and in past were even bigger than they are currently. So this means that they had to be born, right? I can only assume that giants must reproduce with human females, and if the child is born a male, he'll grow up to become a giant. If female, she'll remain human. While this is probably the case, the idea of a muscular baby giant bursting from an egg while letting loose a shrill battle cry is amusing, as is the idea of any adult giant laying an egg. Moving on to the third playable race, we have Elves. They are most easily identified by their pointy ears. In addition, most elves have light hair colours and pale skin, although there can be variations, potentially brought about by being half elf, half human, or simply different. Elves are able to channel spiritual power and sense the presence of ancient energy, which is a trait unique to their race. Interestingly, elves who are not integrated into human society tend to only have one name, whereas elves born or living in human societies often have a first name and surname. We learn from a variety of sources in-game that there is a land of the elves somewhere out there, with immense spiritual powers circulating the core of the land. Orwin, who we met in the video on Olvia, is from the land of the elves. Located south of Calphion a wee ways is Nelly Dorman, who after obtaining over 400 amity with, we can learn that it hasn't been long since the elves left their homeland to coexist with humans in their world. No one knows the reason for their departure or the secret of their land. They protect nature and secretly help sea otters who worship the root nymphs. Most elves follow Herowen, the saint of the Camasilve temple. The only playable elves in the game are female, the Ranger and Dark Knight. All elves we meet in the game currently are also female. It has been confirmed that male elves do exist. They have all been called away from Camasilvia on a long expedition in order to protect something crucial to the world. Hopefully they'll be making a return at some point. It would be interesting to see them, as supposedly they have different abilities to their female counterparts. The Shai are a race of people short in stature that originate from Florin, their village in Calphion territory. They are known to be naturally curious, so much so that there are reports of them getting sick from directly testing unknown herbs through ingestion. Shais don't even care about the side effects, even if parts of their bodies change as a result. The only crucial thing is satisfying their unbound curiosity. More can be learnt about them by talking to Loria. After achieving over 800 amity with her, we learn that it is hard to guess the age of the tiny little Shai. They are usually considered to be girls, because there are so few male Shai comparatively. Shai girls are quite rude. Don't be surprised if they talk to you in a most informal way. They are naturally bad at the pronunciation required to talk more politely. Educated Shai are able to master formal talk, but will still be straightforward about anything. Dwarves are another race that can be found in many places all over the world. Many are integrated and settled into human society, and can be found in positions such as soldiers, blacksmiths, and interpreters. Compared to humans, they are short, although not as short as Shais. Similar to elves, they originate in their own land called Dwarfland. However, not much is currently known of their homeland. Due to the similarities between the ancient language and the dwarven one, the majority of interpreters of ancient texts are dwarves. Xaviel is a dwarf who is able to give us some more details. After gaining over 500 amity, we learn that dwarves have a good reputation for being diligent. They will finish any work they are given. They are always a good hire for labour work, though not quite as good as giants. Giants are much stronger than dwarves, but are also harder to control. Dwarves tend to be honest and aren't much for trickery. They are also rarely scammed, because they like to do things with their own hands anyway. Dwarves have also crafted a lot of items used in the world by many other races, such as muskets, cannons, and naval bombs. They're also the ones who created the Berserker Awakening weapon, the Iron Buster. Demi-beasts are another race that is integrated with many of the other races very well. Resembling antlered cervids, these demi-beasts are known only to introduce themselves as demi-beast. No tribe name is currently known. Their ungulate legs have blessed them with outstanding running ability. They really hate being stared at. It is said that the innate talents of demi-beasts are indicated by the shape of their horns at birth. Demi-beasts who are born to be archers have bow-shaped horns. They are said to be excellent marksmen for their good eyesight and concentration. Demi-beasts who are born to be wizards are born with curved horns. They are said to be excellent with magic for the high levels of intelligence. Getting over 700 amity with Herman Faresio, we learn that demi-beasts are basically peaceful. They mostly like to be left alone and do not move in herds. Although they are usually good talkers, they rarely say what they are thinking. Dwarves, well known to be straightforward and boastful, don't like them for this reason. There is a legend of the birth of demi-humans that involves dwarves, but that's a story for another time. Another of the main races in the world is sea otters. They are fairly common in villages near water or the coastal areas, most likely due to their love of fishing. Cry, who is located south of Calphion, can tell us more if we gain over 500 amity. The origin of the otters is still unknown. The only thing certain is that they are harmless to humans. Most live in Creoville, in southwestern Calphion, though some otters have left this village and live with humans in various regions. They worship the root nymphs. Our hobby is fishing, our food is fish, and our dessert is seafood juice. There are many creatures out there in the world, and therefore a lot of races. Covering all of the creatures would take a long time. Luckily, the vast majority of them can be categorized as demi-human. If we gain over 500 amity with Tachros, he explains the requirements met by the creatures that fall into this category. Demi-humans are intelligent creatures like Nagas and Fogans. They are usually bipedal and have their own system of life. Their living in a herd can be a threat to humans close to them, so a lot of military power is required to fight them. Not all demi-humans follow all of these rules. Some are not naturally hostile to humans. A list of creatures that are referred to as demi-humans is as follows: goblins, imps, nagas, fogans, orcs, demi-beasts, karutos, harpies, mask owls, trolls, catfishmen, otters, cyclops, ogres, sawnils, manes, bashams, centaurs, basilisks, manchums, fadus, papu, and foxmen. Although only a brief overview of the many races in Black Desert Online, I hope you found it informative. Many of the races have interesting histories and stories to tell, so hopefully I'll get around to exploring a few of them in greater depth. If you enjoyed watching and want to support my channel, liking the video or subscribing would really help me out. If you want to know a little bit more about some of the things I've talked about today, I have links to the sources I used to compile my notes for this video in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to catch you in the next video.